The final raid experience in the Light and Dark saga of Destiny 2 is here, and the loot pool for the final shape raid, Salvation's Edge, absolutely cooks, much like the whole expansion has. But I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to cut the small talk and get straight into it with the perks, god rolls and new raid exotic you'll want to get your sweaty little mitts on. In return, maybe drop a like and leave a sub so that you can come back next time for some more helpful Destiny 2 content, and maybe also tell a friend as well. In total there is 6 brand new weapons from the new Salvation's Edge raid, as well as 1 brand new exotic which you can get as a drop from the final encounter. And first we're going to kick off with the critical Anomaly. Now this is an aggressive frame stasis sniper rifle, and much like all the weapons from the raid it is craftable, and it also comes with the origin trait Collective Purpose, whereby you gain bonus range and handling when near to allies. Bows receive faster draw time and swords receive faster charge rates, and the effect of this scales with the number of nearby allies. Now this could be a really strong origin trait, much like the one from the Root of Nightmares raid, and so I'd definitely keep an eye on this one, especially if you are going to be collecting a few of these raid weapons. Now these raid weapons also come with a brand new perk in that final column with the Chaos Reshaped. Now basically this is Frenzy but on steroids, as this weapon will gain bonus damage whilst in combat for an extended period of time, remaining in combat for even longer rewards a larger damage bonus, and also periodically heals the wielder. So like I say, pretty much Frenzy on steroids. It's going to give you a nice little damage boost, and then it's also basically going to heal you at the same time. And to be fair, I'm going to be chasing this one down on a ton of the raid weapons. Now in terms of perks that you're going to want to chase on this sniper rifle, then you do have Rampage in that third column, which is an interesting pick, and like I say can be paired with that Chaos Reshaped in the final column. You've also got Firing Line, so you've essentially got double damage boosting perks, although it's not really something that you're going to want to use with Rampage because you're going to need to keep the uptime of Rampage to a maximum. You've got Explosive Payload, which is also nice to keep with Rampage. But the ones that have mainly got my eye with this one are Rewind Rounds and Firing Line, which are always a great combo. And you've also got Chill Clip in that third column, which is going to apply stacks of slow to targets on hits with the top half of the magazine. Now with this being an aggressive frame, you barely do get any ammo in the mag, so if you can get 4 rounds, then them top 2 shots are going to potentially freeze targets, and then you're going to be able to deal shatter damage. So definitely not a bad combo there, and if you pair that with something like Firing Line, then you're going to get that nice little damage boost as well. You've also got Reconstruction and Bait and Switch, so you've got that auto reload in nature, and then Bait and Switch, which is also going to dish out that nice top tier damage with that rotation of shots that you'll need with your other weapons to trigger that perk. All in all, a great little sniper rifle, and probably one of the best ones in the game at the minute, to be fair. Moving on, we've got the Imminence, which is a lightweight frame Strand SMG, and this one comes with a ton of nice perks, to be honest, and a lot of Strand subclass synergy. You do have the perfect combo of Slice and Hatchling. Slice is going to give you that chance to sever targets and make them basically dish out 40% less damage, and you've got Hatchling, which is going to allow you to create tons of Threadlings, and they absolutely do bits in the sandbox at the minute. In terms of other perks you may want to chase on this thing, you've got Demolitionist in that third column for any of your grenade focused builds, and if you want to pair that with something like that new Chaos Reshaped, maybe even Firefly or Desperate Measures, then that's going to be a really good, nice hard working Strand SMG in any of your builds. You've also got Target Lock, which is an interesting trait, and I guess that this is leaning towards any sort of PvP players, but I know that that has been nerfed recently. And you've also got Kill Clip, which is an interesting one. Obviously Kill Clip can do bits in PvE content, so if you do get one with that perk, then it's really not a bad option. All in all, it does look like a really solid SMG. Non-Denouement is the next weapon on this list, and this is a precision frame arc combat bow, and finally it is an arc bow that comes with Vault Shot, so it's going to be one of them weapons that pretty much everyone is going to want to chase, because Vault Shot on a bow is one of the main perks that everyone has been asking for since Vault Shot became a thing. So here you are, we've got it, everyone needs to go and chase this one, to be honest. In terms of other perks that you want to chase on this thing, then if you want to pair something with Vault Shot, then you've got Dragonfly in that third column, and you've also got Archer's Tempo, which is going to give you a draw time increase on every precision hit. So if you're chaining Vault Shot final blows, you're going to technically want to knock and draw this bow a lot quicker to make sure you keep the Vault Shot uptime to a maximum, so that's going to be a really nice little combo, to be honest. You've also got the OG Hush, Archer's Tempo and Archer's Gambit, a little god roll, which is going to give you a massive draw time decrease as well. Shoot to Loot and Explosive Head is also going to be a really nice perk combo. Lots of people talking about Shoot to Loot being a really good end game perk. Not one of my favourites, to be honest, but if it's one that you want, it's going to allow you to pick up Orbs of Power and ammo bricks by just simply shooting them, and Explosive Head is going to increase the radius of that pickup, so a really good little solid PvE combo with that one. Next we've got the Forthcoming Deviance, which is a rapid fire void glaive. Now rapid fire glaives are basically one of my favourite types of glaives in the game. I've got the solar one from the Ghost of the Deep Dungeon, and it is a really good little glaive, to be fair, and the void version of this is going to be a really nice one too, and I think the perks that stand out to me are going to be Replenishing Aegis and Destabilizing Rounds. Replenishing Aegis is going to allow you to partially reload the weapon on blocking with this glaive. Now blocking is probably one of the main things that you should be doing with a glaive, so definitely a perk that's worth getting, and Destabilizing Rounds is going to allow you to spread that volatile goodness to nearby enemies on defeating them, and it's just a really good little solid combo. You've also got a really good pick with Demolitionist and Chain Reaction, which is going to allow you to get tons of grenade uptime. If you want to use a glaive for boss damage, then Vorpal Weapon is going to give you that nice 15% damage boost, and you can pair that with something like Reconstruction, so that it'll gradually reload itself over time up to double the capacity of the magazine. Now we're getting into the crazy side of the raid weapons, and it all is starting with Nullify, which is a solar heavy burst pulse rifle, and this is basically the legendary version of the Revision Zero with that 2-round burst. It's the first legendary pulse rifle that we've seen with that trait. Now again, this comes with an absolute ton of great perks. You can get the Chaos Reshaped perk, which is always going to be really nice on any of these weapons. We've also got the awesome solar combo of Heal Clip with Incandescent, which is going to allow you to cure nearby allies and heal yourself, and then you're also going to be able to spread Scorch and obviously Ignitions to nearby enemies, which is going to deal a ton of damage. You've also got the excellent Demolitionist and Adrenaline Junkie combo, and that is going to give you, like I say, tons of grenade energy and basically a 33% damage boost at a 5-time stack of Adrenaline Junkie. You've also got Firefly, which would also pair nicely with Incandescent, and this thing basically just has every stacked perk combo going, so not really a bad pick on the Nullify, to be fair, and really should be one that you should be chasing, especially with that unique heavy burst fire. Now we've got another brand new sword archetype in the game, and this is the Wave Sword frame, which is going to allow the heavy attack to deploy a shockwave forwards. Now if you've picked up the new exotic sword from the final shape, then maybe you've come across this new sword type, and this one with the summon Bonum is an arc sword, and so this comes with a ton of great perks as well. I'm really not sure where these are going to fit in the sandbox at the minute, but there is potential for them doing a ton of ad clear and a lot of damage. You've got perks like Chain Reaction, which is basically going to make this the sword version of Forbearance. And if you pair that with something like Attrition Orbs, then you've got potential for getting Orbs of Power and keeping any of your weapon searches or anything with your builds going. You've got excellent perk combos such as Relentless Strikes and Whirlwind Blade, which have always been solid on swords, although I'm not sure how that is really going to work on a wave frame sword. And again, you've also got Surrounded, One for All and Vorpal Weapon, which are always going to be giving you solid damage boosts. Now in terms of the exotic weapon from the raid, then we've got the Euphony, which is a strand linear fusion rifle. Now this thing is going to be insane for strand builds and warlocks with their swarmers, then this is going to be the thing for you. It basically comes with the exotic trait Unwound, whereby dealing sustained damage with this weapon spawns threadlings at your target's location. Now paired with the exotic perk Spindle, then Threadling damage increases this weapon's damage. Now obviously there's a ton of ways for you to create Threadlings. Obviously within your strand builds you can use the Threadling grenade, you can use the Weaver's Call aspect on your Warlock. Everything is going to be able to create Threadlings, and that's going to instantly increase the damage of this linear fusion rifle. But also if you don't want to and you're running say your prismatic subclass or even other stuff, then this weapon's also going to be able to basically increase its own damage by just creating Threadlings on dealing sustained damage. And so if this weapon damage boost is significant, because linear fusion rifles aren't massively great in the sandbox at the minute, then the Euphony exotic linear fusion rifle really is going to be a must-have pick, and hopefully it doesn't have an abysmal drop rate from the final boss in the new Salvation's Edge raid. So there we go, I hope you enjoyed this God roll breakdown of all the new Salvation's Edge raid weapons. Thank you very much for watching, drop a like if you found this one helpful, and now if you enjoyed this video then I think that you'll need to check out this build video next, which will help you through your raid run.